Hey traders, how you guys doing? It's about, what time is it? 4:53. Market's all closed up. Well, forex market's open, but I'm talking about the stock exchange here. What we're looking at right now, we'll start out with the S&P, then we'll go over to crude oil, and then I took a trade also on Boeing today, so we'll go into that one, and then we'll get into Euro CHF, one of the forex trades from today. So starting off the day, let's take a step back and go to last night. So everyone's thinking, this thing is going to take a sharp dip coming into Sunday's open. Market opens up Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, futures at least. And what I was looking for, well, I had a level here at 24.65, okay? 24.65 was some support, Wednesday's settlement price, all right? So that was the level down there, and it looked like we gapped right into that level, found some support. Everyone's thinking, hey, this thing is just going to sharply, continue to drop below where it gapped down into, but that didn't happen. This market slowly recovered, and something I pointed out in the chat room last night was acceptance into Friday's range. So Friday's range low is right here at 25.04. If you see my crosshairs, this is Friday's range low, 25.04.75. Okay, so once we saw acceptance into Friday's range, that's when I didn't know. I'm not a trader can never be 100% confident in something, but the odds were likely that if we accepted above 25.04, we would continue a little bit higher. And I had a higher target at 25.24, which is the next reference point that I'll get into. But right here, I have a little note, acceptance into Friday's range. We saw that around midnight, okay? So midnight, futures were up from where they opened, and we were starting to accept into Friday's range. So this was the first data point I was looking at. If price was to accept into Friday's range, well, that was a little, short-term bullish information. So price actually went a little bit higher. And then the next reference point was Friday's settlement. Okay, if you see that note, Friday's settlement, 25.24 That's where Friday's settlement was. And we pushed higher into the overnight session around 2 a.m. We had highs, then it dipped back below around like 4 a.m. But overall consolidated around Friday's settlement. So coming into the open, something I was really focused on was, is price going to hold Friday's settlement? If it was, then we're not going to get that sharp drop that everyone's thinking. This in this bear market, everyone's kind of just waiting for this thing to tank and the economy to go to shit. But that was a key information for the day. A hold above Friday's settlement at the open was short-term bullish information. So coming into the open, stock exchange open 9:30. We're looking for, hey, is price going to hold above Friday's settlement? Well, coming into like 9:45, it retested 25.32, and what happened? It held above Friday's settlement. So that was short-term bullish information for the day. I didn't take any trades on the ES, probably should have, but I was kind of taking it easy. I was focused on some other trades. But yeah, hold above Friday's settlement, and that's exactly what we saw. We saw a little bit of a correction right at the open since, overnight inventory was long. Usually you get some type of correction at the open. So let's say inventory is 100% long. Well, we might see a little drop coming into the open. And that's exactly what happened here. Had a little drop, and we had a level. Friday settlement held, okay? So that was, key information that told me, hey, this market's not going to keep dropping. We might see a little rally here today. And a higher target that I had on the day, I put it in the chat too. And I was talking about it on the live stream. I go live every day if you don't know. But yeah, you could get the link down below for that, for the live stream. But yeah, a target on the day was 26.0875. 26.0875, if you come over here on the left side, we can see that I'm not just pulling this level out of my ass. This is Thursday's settlement price. Okay, so this is Thursday's settlement price at 26.0875, and that was just the level I was looking for. Hey, these people that are short from Thursday, they might actually, get stopped out here today. And that's exactly what happened. We saw a rally up into 26.08, targets were hit, and then there was less opportunity for the session. And yeah, it didn't really go anywhere. So markets are about to close up for an hour here. And then we'll see what happens during Globex. But yeah, that was pretty much what happened all day. Using market profile to understand, what is really going on in the market. I'll put the advanced market profile course link down below this video too, if you want to learn how I'm going about trading using these structures. Okay, so coming into tomorrow, I'm gonna move this level up here. Move this level up here, 26.1225. So that is today's close. That's today's settlement price, 26.1275. That'll be a level that we'll look for tomorrow. Crude oil, very interesting stuff going on here with crude oil. There's a thinkorswim alert. But crude oil, coming into the session, we had a very choppy overnight session. So it was kind of one of those rotational days where you could just, fading at the highs, fading at the lows. You're buying at the weak lows, and selling at the, weak buying at the highs. But that's exactly what I did here today. So crude oil was actually one of the trades I took today. Given the overnight action, just if you could just look at this and see, this thing is just bouncing, algorithms firing away at the highs, the lows, literally just sitting in that range all friggin' night. So coming into the open, I was like, hey, if this thing looks like it's gonna break below 1990s, which is that overnight low, and it doesn't really go much further, then I'm gonna just fade it. I'm a buy and have a short-term target. I found some stops here around 2036, so B period. We had a high of 2035, so that was the target I was looking for if I was going to get long down at the lows, and that's exactly what I did there. So we had a push. Where was this push? This final push right here, after like 11 o'clock, we saw, hey, again, this thing was failing to go lower. This thing was failing to go lower and break out below 1990s, which was that overnight low. And I saw that and I was like, all right, whatever. I'm going to follow the plan. I'm going to fade it. This is some weak selling going on down here as of now. It was around 11 o'clock. And the simple target I had was 2036 and then the opening print, which was 2050s. So literally got long down here, closed it into 2055. That was that. So yeah, about, what was this, like a 50 tick move almost. Nice trade there. And then yeah, this thing, I let it do its thing the rest of the day, and it actually did flush those lows and then freaking spike back up right into the pit session close. So yeah, crude oil, from the overnight session, it told us, hey, this is going to be a choppy day. So it remained choppy for most of the session. So that's why I was fading at the weak lows, or the weak selling at the lows, not the weak lows. I mean, you could say they were kind of weak coming into the session. Didn't really go much further than that overnight low. So yeah, you could say they were kind of weak there. Not much excess at the lows until, later in the day. And even then, there's not much excess at these lows where we closed at. So see what happens with crude. We might see this in the teens this week. But also, let's take a look at Boeing. So Boeing was breaking out below value coming into the open, so I wanted shorts. I wanted shorts on Boeing. So let's pull up a little Boeing chart right here, and I'll show you what I did. So Boeing, below 150, which was that pre-market low, below 150, I wanted shorts. So once it broke below 150, I bought those 152.5 puts, all right? So we look on the smaller time frames. I'm scalping on options. Hold on one second. I'm scalping on options since the volatility is so high, and the premiums are so out of whack that any little move is gonna fuck up the premium. So I'm in and out of these options quick. The break below 150 is what I wanted. Got it. Took the trade. They were in the money already. So they were very expensive. They were like 14 bucks, those contracts, those puts. So I bought those 152.5 puts, and I had a lower target at 141. All right, I had a lower target at 141, and that was actually hit. We had lows on the day 140.68, but I didn't hold till there. I was out around right here, 145. I got out, I think. So yeah, once that happened, we saw a little bit of a turn, and the premiums were getting fucked, so I had to cut it off there. Took like a 14% gain on these puts, and yeah, did its thing. Rest of the day actually came back up, so I would have probably lost a lot of money if I held those. So yeah, good trade management there. Kind of could have held it a little longer, but it's whatever. You're not going to catch the whole move. It's not the point. Just stick with the plan, take what you can get, and that's it. Sometimes you just got to adapt. And then the final trade in the forex world was Euro CHF. Okay, Euro CHF is on the left side here, and this was the trade. So we had an overnight range around. We had a high there 106, 1.06, and then we had lows 1.05650. So below there, this thing on the smaller time frame, it was breaking lower below the level. So I like taking trades when I see some strength in a direction. I like going with it. So yeah, below there, we saw a breakout below the level 105.650. Took a short around 600. Had a target at 1.05500, and that was missed about 2 pips away there. Didn't take profits, kind of let it do its thing, let my stop do the work, and in this case, price came back up into value, and then stopped me out for minus 20 pips. So made some money on the options and futures account, lost some money on the forex account, so they kind of hedge each other. Still came out net positive on the day. That's my goal as a trader. That's my goal. So I like putting on a series of trades that obviously stick to my plan, and then the goal is just to come out net positive. I don't care if I have winners. I don't care if what I was trying to say is I don't care if I have losers, as long as my winners are greater than the losers, then it's all good. I don't care if I have a small red trade, if my other trades are performing a lot better. So manage my risk here. 20 pip loss there, and that was the only forex trade I took. Waited for another swing trade to get hit. Didn't get hit yet. See if it gets hit tonight. But yeah, that's running in the background. But yeah, that was how my day went. Managed my losers, as you could see, and made some money on the winners. But yeah, and excuse the dirty face. I've decided not to shave until this quarantine's over. We're gonna see how ugly I can get. I know it looks pretty fucking bad. You don't have to tell me. Everybody's been telling me. I don't give a shit. I don't really care what you think. I'm just not gonna shave until this shit is over and I can walk outside my house again. But yeah, that's that. I hope you guys had a great day. Hope you're staying safe, and hope you enjoy this trade video. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.